Your husband is the coolest guy I know.
Yeah.
He is the most, he is
Yeah.
so cool. And every time I see him, he's like, Conan, you look fantastic. And it's like, he always looks perfect. I don't. And he'll work in a little.
Yes, you do.
We're always working a little dig.
You know how to dress. You're
Thank
good.
you. I got there.
You
knew the old me who didn't know how to dress.
No, I don't know that. I don't know how to dress. So you were always ahead of me.
I remember you being not a big fan of the cars that I drove back in the day. I had some shitty.
So excited about the Ford Taurus, and I didn't understand that.
I told Lisa I had this really shitty car. You invited me once to Liz and Gerald's wedding, your friends.
Yeah.
And you said I could be your +1, and I was like, yay! So I picked you up, and it was in a car that I had bought at the airport that was used. At the time, in the 80s, this thing was a absolute piece of shit. And in the back seat, it looked like someone had butchered an animal. And it was in a Isuzu Opal, which I think they made like 2 of them. And then they said, this is more of a, I don't know what this is. It might be a clock, but it's not a car. But I took you to a wedding in the valley. And I remembered picking you up and driving. It was like, and we had to go over the 405 freeway. And there's a big hill you have to climb. And I remember thinking, I'm not sure it's going to go over. But Lisa, I'll never forget when I picked her up in the car, she went, oh, okay. This is, a bunch of years before Friends. You were doing the, oh, yes, well, look in the back seat. Oh, well, that could be blood. I don't know. And it was really funny. Then I finally was doing okay, and then I had my second car was a 73 Plymouth Valiant. But then finally I said, I'm going to buy a new car. And I told you and I called you and I said, I'm coming over, baby. I bought a new car and I want you to see it. And I came over and I bought a brand new Ford Taurus.
Oh my God.
No, you were so excited. You went, no, it's a GTO, right?
Not a GTO.
What's it called?
SHO, super high output.
Oh, okay. And you said, this is a fantastic car.
Yeah.
This car, and it's fast. I mean, you were saying, no.
I kept saying, it's the wolf in sheep's clothing. It's the wolf in sheep's clothing, Lisa.
God.
You don't get it.
Any car you have to call a wolf in sheep's clothing?
It's a Ford Taurus on the outside, but it's got an incredible engine and a stick shift. And then...
what color was it?
It was an
Ireland green.
It was an Ireland green.
Ford Taurus on the outside, Ford Gemini on the inside.
And then, but I'll never forget you're waiting out front, because this is like, I swear to God, this is so long ago. You're waiting out front, because I said, I'll be right over. You're waiting, and I see you looking at me, and an architect couldn't draw a more perfect O. Lisa's mouth was just a perfect O. And then I was like,
I can't get over a wolf in sheep's clothing.
I know.
It's like you're saying it might look like this, but it's a good car, I promise.
It's a good car, and it was brand new, and I bought it in Massachusetts. And when I bought it, I didn't know how to drive stick, and that's how I learned how to drive stick, is with a Ford Taurus that had a stick shift.
Why did you buy a stick?
Because that's what men did.
That's what men did.
If you had a fast car,
And they were cheaper, too.
you didn't get, some wimpy automatic transmission.
No, I needed to have full control over every inch of my Ford Taurus.
It was just a time when people who started doing well and then, got their dream car, it was like a BMW.
Yeah.
And that's what I was expecting.
You were expecting a BMW.
And then,
yeah.
to me, I couldn't tell the difference between that and a Dodge Dart.
It was not.
I couldn't tell that my grandma had a Dodge Dart, and it just kind of looked similar.
Yeah. I think what I was going for was, I'm so confident that I have these cars that an old lady would drive. That's how cool and confident I am. And it never worked. And it's because I wasn't that cool and confident.
Yes. No, you were. But you also said, no, I don't like flashy.
Yeah. I don't like flashy.
And then I didn't like flashy either, it turned out.
Right.
Yeah. Because the first time on Friends and everyone's getting new cars and, you see all our parking spots and it's a Mercedes coupe and a Porsche and all these cars. I got a Acura Legend. Because I didn't know how long this show was going to go.
Yeah. And that was in season 8.
Maybe we'll only have another year. I don't
only be
know. Nothing lasts forever.
That's so hilarious, especially if your spot was like next to Matt LeBlanc.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Because
he
was such a gearhead that I could imagine he had a different crazy car every week, and you're like, well, the Acura has a lot of glove compartment space.
I know. I remember everybody going, yeah. Like, that's sensible, I guess. I don't know.
You did the sensible thing.
I wanted to be sensible.
I remember back in those days, you had I don't know if you've ever made this since, but you used to make something, which was you would take M&Ms.
Yes.
Pour them into a pan.
Yeah.
A big sheet
pan.
Sheet,
yeah.
Put them in the oven and melt them.
Well, not totally.
Not totally.
Yeah.
But
crack.
Some of the integrity of the M&M is compromised.
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds like the point, right?
Yeah.
That was the point.
Uh-oh.
Deep breath. Hold. No, deep breath. Hold. Exhale.
Can I have a raise?
It just spiked.
The podcast just got canceled.
Well, that would be like, my days are free. This is the part I don't like. I don't mind the inflating part. What I hate is when it's going down and there's the throbbing in your arm. That just always feels gross to me. Does anybody else have that?
No.
Okay. I'd like to be excused from this podcast. I thought that was some exciting podcasting that just happened.
Yeah.
It was.
What
throbbing? What do you mean throbbing?
When you compress your arm, the blood, then, of course, you feel it going thump in your arm.
I don't have that, so one of us is dying.
Do you ever think...
Wait, we got to get to the end of this M&M's thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you would make this thing, and it was like this big sheet of kind of quasi-melted M&M.
Yeah, it maintains its integrity if done right. It's just that the candy cracks and a little bit of the chocolate bubbles out, and it tastes like a different kind of chocolate.
Right.
It tastes like good chocolate.
Do you still
No.
Do you still do this?
No.
When was the last time you made that? Because you used to make it a lot.
Well, yeah, when I was young and could have M&Ms whenever I wanted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's been a long time.
Right.
I think after I had Julian, my son, I stopped doing that.
Right.
Yeah, because we had to be more healthy. Yeah.
I think of
I haven't done it in a long
those
time.
days, LA, living in a $380 a month apartment. And I remembered I made one thing and one thing only, which was bumblebee tuna fish. I'd put it in a bowl. I'd put a bunch of Miracle Whip in there, mix it up. I'd put it on 2 pieces of toast to make a sandwich, and then I'd have that with a bowl of the Oodles of Noodles ramen.
Ramen, yeah.
And you'd think, oh, okay, you do that maybe 5 times in a row and you're good. I'm made of that stuff. My entire body. It's probably why I'm wearing a blood pressure monitor right now. I think
There's the source of the throbbing.
I've destroyed my body.
The flavor packet alone.
Oh, I love the flavor packet.
No,
God knows what's in there.
Right.
But that's all I did. And I think back on that now, just as you said, we all were, I don't know, we were all just automatically doing these things. And then now, no, I would not get an Isuzu Opal.
Which, by the way, didn't you share that with Greg?
Yeah, my writing partner, Greg Daniels, and I initially shared it. And if one of us had to date, we had to ask the other if we could borrow the car. We were adult men sharing an apartment. We also shared an apartment. We shared an apartment, and we also shared an office where our desks faced each other and
a car.
And a car.
I mean, it's more than any married couple.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So true.
And absolute madness. And
but
then
also, you came out here with jobs. Like,
we had a tryout at a job, which was not necessarily the news.
Oh, that was a tryout?
I think so. I mean, meaning we were signed on to do, I think, 4 weeks. And then if it didn't work, which is why we were so petrified that we bought the cheapest. We rented a car and then we realized, Greg was always really good at this, it'd be cheaper if we just bought this absolute piece of shit that they're selling at the airport to saps like us. And we bought it. I remember it had a sticker on the back that it said, I heart my, and then it was the face of a poodle. And I tried with gasoline to get that thing off and it wouldn't come off. And so I just decided, okay, I'm just going to go with it.
Yeah.